Know thyself. Know thyself. Enter the temple. Before you can rule yourself wisely, you must first come to know yourself. Otherwise, you do not become a sovereign. You become a tyrant, a corrupter of your soul, a ruthless ruler of shadows, oppressing your own breath, exploiting your own strength, living above the law you swore to defend, feared by all, and in the end, destroyed by the very parts of you that once begged for justice. History remembers too many like this, and so does your nervous system. Imperare Sibi is the path of self-rule, but not through domination. Through strength, yes, but strength guided by understanding. Not strength for its own sake, but for the defense of something worth protecting, your inner kingdom, your values, your clarity, your beauty. But here is the danger. Sometimes the armor you put on to protect yourself starts growing into your flesh, and before you know it, you're no longer wielding the sword. You have become it. Everything becomes a fight. Everyone becomes a threat. Discipline, once your weapon, becomes your cage. Should you then abandon discipline? No. But a wise ruler must do more than defend the walls. That is the role of a voice within, the inner conscience that whispers truth and helps you keep your balance as the kingdom of the self grows. But to transform, to truly become more than what you were, you must pass through all three stages: emotion, understanding, and depth. Over the gate of the oracle at Delphi were written the words, "Know thyself." Socrates took these words as his guide, and perhaps there is no greater map for the journey that awaits you. To know yourself so that you may rule yourself. Not with brute force, but with wisdom. To choose well, to act with clarity, to protect your kingdom, not just from others, but from rot within. But all this begins with one thing: self-knowledge. And the only true gateway to self-knowledge is introspection, therapy, coaching, spiritual teachings. These are all simply instruments designed to help you look within. The oracle is such an instrument. It is the necessary pause, the breath before the battle, the silence where the deeper questions can be heard, the place where the ruler of the self must sit with what hurts, with what hides, and ask questions for which answers may burn. But sometimes, this journey will lead you not into fire, but into something fragile, a wound, a memory, a voice that never grew up. This is not therapy. It is not a diagnosis. It is a return, a journey inward, through reflection, myth, story, and silence. A journey for me, and for anyone who seeks not just power, but a wise kingdom. Know thyself, and build the only empire worth building, the one within.